Welcome to Escape from the City. The tunnel behind me hides a fascinating past, but an even more intriguing present. As the inscription says, it was built in 1866. But what was it for? What's inside now? And where am I? We'll find out in just a moment. Many of us dream of a new beginning. In Escape from the City, we follow everyday Aussies leaving the city behind in search of a new start.
Yeah, what a great spot.
And a new home.
What a spot.
Wow.
In remarkable rural and coastal regions all over Australia.
Looking for a new home makes you think, what do I want from life? I want to live a life that is less ordinary.
Life-changing decisions can sometimes come at a price. The mystery for this house is what it can become, and then it's yours to make your own. So that's why we're here to help. Does it mean that your dream can come true? I'm Simon Marnie. As a radio journalist, I've travelled through regional Australia and I know just what's on offer. With the rest of the team and our combined expertise in everything from finance to real estate and renovations, we'll guide you through the pitfalls and perks of an escape from the city. Today's house hunters are expecting their first baby and are planning an ambitious career change to the country.
I think we're going to do the whole paddock to plate thing too. You know, we want to do some chickens, we want to do some goats, some sheep, a big veggie patch.
Our exciting countryside properties leave them feeling inspired.
Cute. I love weatherboard cottages.
And a little in awe.
I feel like I don't belong in here. I feel like it's somebody who's a lot, richer than us that, owns this place.
As we bring their dreams closer to reality. Today I'm in the Southern Highlands of New South Wales, and this magnificent chamber runs below one of the region's most famous hills, Mount Gibraltar. On the racks beside me are one of 9 varieties of exotic mushrooms that thrive in the cool, damp conditions here. There's plenty going on under the mountains in this part of the country, but let's find out what else the Southern Highlands has to offer above ground. The Southern Highlands of New South Wales sit on the Great Dividing Range at about 600 metres above sea level. Despite its easy 1.5 hour drive to Sydney, it feels like a world away with its cool climate, lush agricultural land and scattering of small towns and villages. Early European settlers first came here almost 200 years ago in search of pasture, and it soon became the rural retreat for Sydney's elite. Recently, the area has gained a reputation for world-class food and wine, making it a popular tourist destination and a property hotspot. Simply known to the locals as the Highlands, the average price to buyers sits well above the national average at $940,000 and is in fact ranked the 7th least affordable place to live in the world. Housing zones in the region can have strict restrictions on development and businesses. So let's find out what plans today's buyers have here and what's brought them to this beautiful part of the country. Landscape architect Kirby and project manager Adrian met whilst at university in Canberra.
I think you made the first move.
I don't know about that. I think it was the country boy, the rugby player. Love for outdoors, travel, renovation. We ticked a lot of similar boxes, so it was just natural friendship at first, wasn't it? Yeah.
4 years down the track, the couple are married.
And now a baby on the way.
Now a baby on the way.
A lot happens in 4 years.
And the imminent arrival of their first child is what's motivated Kirby and Adrian to make the move to the country.
We've always dreamed of bringing up a family on the farm.
We were both born and raised on farms, and we just love that lifestyle, and I think it's something that I want for my child, and I want them out collecting eggs and getting muddy and running around, and it's something that I just don't think we can get in Sydney. Everything's frenetic here, everything's crazy. They're a pain, those planes, aren't they?
The couple live in this heritage terrace that they've just finished renovating in Sydney's inner west.
When we first found this property, we fell in love instantly with the front facade, but the inside it hadn't been touched since the 80s. There was only one door out into the courtyard. The kitchen and the bathroom were quite pokey and outdated, so everything, you know, within, inside and out the back was completely rejigged and modified.
I love converting something old and ruined into something beautiful. It's fun, it's rewarding. You know, at the end of the day, you can sit back, have a beer or a glass of wine and just see what you've achieved for the day. It's an awesome feeling.
With 4 successful property flips under their belt, Adrian and Kirby want to take their profits and move to the Southern Highlands to begin a completely new lifestyle and career.
The intentions for us to move to the country is to start our own business. We want to do a restaurant out there, like a paddock to plate. Both kind of have a vision of creating this big barn, do wedding venues and do accommodation so, you know, people can go and stay down in the barn and, you know, they can have a full kind of country experience.
My sister's an artist too, and she does a lot of workshops all over the country now. And so it'd be great to get local artisans in and teach and educate people too on the property.
Along with their business ambitions, Adrian and Kirby also want the property to be a home for their growing family.
We need a little space on that property for us to live and be comfortable too and not be on top of, you know, all our guests.
Whatever we're looking for, I think it's definitely a project that we want to do some renovations on because that's our kind of strength. It's a huge task that we've put ourselves forward for, but I think if you don't try, you don't know if you've got the soul to really have a crack.
We have a vision. We know what we want.